Craig, though. Y'all ready? I know you're ready. Bam. Yeah. What up, good people? Welcome to another episode of the 710 of Slickville show. I am your host, Jay Brown, aka Mr. 710. And we are back up in this thing once again. What up, Monet? Yo, it's gonna be a solo show today. So we gonna get this thing rocking. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Great week. What up, AB? Yeah, brother. Gotta get up soon, bro. Yeah, hope everybody had a great weekend, man. Hope everybody was safe like we asked them to. I hope the ladies, took heed to the warnings that it ain't safe out here. It ain't safe out here at all. But look, y'all know how we do. We gonna talk about since last week. We also gonna get into unknowing things. We're gonna talk about how much TV has changed. And, one of Pop's favorite things to get into is, would you rather? I'm excited about this one. But look, good people, since last week, Jesse Powell passed away. And for anybody, if you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, you know what Jesse Powell meant for the R&B game. And he passed away. It was sad because he was still young, like him, between him and David Arnold being young and passing on. And then some other lady that passed overseas. He had a 5-day funeral. Like, it's kind of long, a bit obsessive for a funeral. I was in South Korea when Kim Jong-un passed. And he didn't even have a 5-day joint. He did make sure that everybody cried when they heard about it and when they were on TV. Like they made sure that when he died, or when you was on camera talking about Kim Jong Il, one of the daddy, not the one that's in there now. When the dad died, they was like, "Yo, you better cry. You best be crying or." Like that's crazy to me. Appreciate it, Mark. But look, Jesse Powell, super famous for You. That song there, You. I'm not even gonna sing it for y'all today. I was singing last time. I can't sing this week. But You, it was his jam. And he's still like when it's played now. If you was born in that era, you just start singing because it hit you. It touched you deep down inside. It got you emotionally. It's also one of those songs that not everybody can sing. Like it makes that list for the songs that not everybody can sing. And what I mean by that is when you go to, let's say you go to karaoke or watch one of those shows like The Voice or America's Got Talent, and it's like, hey, I'm going to sing You by Jesse Powell. In our community, we looking at them like, man, if you don't, well, let's see what you got. You better be good. Messing up our songs. You better be good. And now I got to thinking about a list of the songs that the average voice should not sing. Like, and I believe that You was on there. And one of them is when he hitting them with them long U's, Like you can't just get in there. Like you gotta already be in there. You can't just get in there. Like you can't be no rookie thinking you getting ready to just jump in there and just sing that part of the song. You gotta stop and let him go. Can't just sing that. Also, Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. That's another one of them songs that if they get on The Voice or one of them other shows like that, I'm gonna sing Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. I know my mama used to be looking at them like, nah. What up, bro? Nah. You know you ain't supposed. You can't just sing that. You gotta sing that. Like she put some extra. You gotta sing that. But you can't just sing I Will Always Love You. You better be in the car when can't nobody else hear you. In the shower when can't nobody else hear you. You start singing I Will Always Love You to the music. And somebody might knock you upside your head. They might pause it and be like, we want to hear Whitney. We don't want to hear you. Love by Music Soul Child. I do not pray for people's failure, but there was some failure of the greatest magnitude that happened to this song when I was in college. And for anybody that went to Arkansas State and at the Alpha Oscars, I want to say in 2001, there was a football player named, I probably shouldn't say his name, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's funny, James Hickenbotham. My buddy James Hickenbotham got up there and started singing Love by Music Soul Child in front of a lot of people. And it was going good. What up, Jerry? It was going good until he got to the hold on, man. I got to try that again. Like that happened. That happened. Shoot. Got me. That happened in front of a bunch of people. Come on, man. Like you got to practice that. You got to know. That's one of those notes that you got to know. Like you got to hit that at least 10 out of 10 times before you decide to get in front of anybody and do it. You know you can't listen, you can't play with the note. I am telling you that Jennifer Hudson sang in Dreamgirls, and I can't remember who sang it before that, but if you get up there and you don't hit that note fully, if you're singing that you got to sing it from down up under your rib cage. You can't sing it from the top. If you're singing it from your throat, it's going to be a failure. People are going to judge you immediately. They're going to be like, excuse me. Can you get this person? They don't want you to do it. For some of the old school cats, Stay in My Corner. If I'm not mistaken, help me out. There's a really, really long stay. Listen, when I tell you, it's long, it's monstrous, and I am in there. Bam, bam, blam, blam. I'm good with that one. Does Love on Top make the list of songs that failure might happen. Another reason why I put that is because the four key changes. Like some people can do the two, they might struggle with the third, but then that last one, you know, you might start seeing a little vein pop up in the forehead, some veins in the neck, where they trying to figure it out. Baby, it's you. It's not you're not getting no more than that. And I had to put one unpopular song on there. R. Kelly, When a Woman Loves. R. Kelly, When a Woman Loves is a very, very vocally pleasing song. It's a whole lot in that song that the average voice can't just do. I'm gonna leave it in there, even if y'all still hate. What up, who that? Even if y'all still hate R. Kelly in that way, When a Woman Loves, that's a monstrously sung song. I probably didn't even use correct grammar when I said it, but y'all know what I mean. That is what. Listen, I call myself trying to do it, and I sang it in a karaoke situation one Thanksgiving and did not realize how difficult of a song it was. I was just like, and this is pre-jail. This was pre-jail. I sang it, but yeah, it was pre-jail. It was pre the little documentary too. But anyway, also since last week, man, we got some new kids. We got some new kids, and the wife trying to get me locked up. Trying to get me locked up. And so there's a boy and a girl. The girl, the younger one. I have some new nicknames for him coming up soon. Like, of course, you know, the boy is still gonna remain the boy. But it's a new little girl and an older boy. What up, Easy? And my wife trying to get me locked up. So I'm in here working. I'm in the print shop. I'm working away. Bam, bam, bam. Even with the official 710 print shop t-shirt, I'm working away. And the little girl, she came in there and she was in the way. And she was in the way to the point where I was just like, all right, I don't want to put you out because I don't want to seem like I'm mean. And so let me figure out something that you can do that will keep you out the way. And so you do the press, bam, put the press on there. She pull off the plastic, roll it up, throw it away. My wife comes in there and takes a picture of her. I guess she's working at this point, but she peeling the thing off, and she's working at this point. Like, she's having a good time helping out Mr. Jason. We bonding. And my wife gonna take the picture, post it on Facebook talking about Jason in here running a sweatshop. I paid her a fictitious $9.15. But yeah, she put it on there. She put it on there like, this is the most helpful little kid that I've ever been around. That ain't even dry snitching. This is wet snitching. It was wet snitching with extra sauce on the side. On the first 48 side of the game. I'm talking about snitching in the most grandest of ways. Almost on the level of the girl that we had making our boy pull his mask down and taking a picture with somebody else's phone, sending it to my wife talking about, look, he ain't got his mask on. That's some high level snitchery right there. That is high level snitching right there. And for my wife to do me, all right, okay. But look, I was tripping, man, because I was just like, so this how you gonna do me? And so when people see that, it's hard for them to unsee it. It's hard for them to unsee it, and there are things that happen to us all the time, that happen around us, that you wish you could unknow. I gotta get my microphone in here so y'all can hear me. Yeah, so that y'all could, it's stuff that happened to me that I wish that I could unknow, or I could unhear or unsee. Like, it happens so much. And the bad part about it is most of the time you can't. It's in your memory. It's locked in when you see it. Most of the time you can't unsee it. When you can't unsmell something. You just gotta kind of wait for it to go away. Like, if you smell the fart, like, it's in you. It might be it's in your situation. You walk through some chitlins, it's in your situation. You can't unsmell that. You drive through a skunk, you can't unsmell that. That's in your car. You got it until it's gone. And so the other day, I asked the boy about his shirt. Like, they wear uniforms to school. I go pick him up. He always has stuff on his shirt. Like, it ain't just a little bit. It's like a lot of it. To the point where I was like, yo, did you get dragged? Did you get dragged through the dirt? Did somebody throw a ketchup packet at you? Did you get shot? Like, he came out looking like he had dried up, like he had been carrying cane into the hospital after he got shot. Like, he had spots of red all over his shirt. And I'm not talking about just in the eating area. It was all down his shirt. And this is the part where, like, I wish I'd never seen it, because then I would never have asked about it. But because I saw it, and it was so much, you gotta ask about it. You just gotta ask. As a parent, you gotta ask. Hey, man, why you got so much stuff on your shirt? What is that? And of course, the first thing they do is they always look down. They always look down first, as if you tell them something new. And what's all that on your shirt? And he was like, nothing. What? And he goes and looks at his shirt, and he was like, oh, that was from lunch. Okay, so what's all that on your shirt? And this is the part where I wish I hadn't asked the secondary question. I had a ketchup and mayo burger. What? Yeah, I had a ketchup and mayo burger. And you ain't had no damn ketchup and mayo burger. What? Easy said it's more of a surprise to them than it is to us. Yeah, I'm a stick ketchup and mayo burger right up there with double dogs. But the ketchup and mayo burger, like, in my mind, all he had on bread was ketchup and mayo. But it still didn't explain to me why it was all over his shirt. Like, it was like, it looked like somebody, like, okay, now this makes sense. If a packet of ketchup was on the table and somebody said, with their fist, just and bust the ketchup and it splattered over him, makes sense. it would probably be something that he would have done, which would have made me mad anyway. But it makes sense if that's what happened. What did not make sense was the ketchup and mayo burger. Like, I had to dig into that. Like, I had to, never mind your shirt. Let's talk about this ketchup and mayo burger. So, did you have meat? Yeah. He said, yeah, like I'm stupid. Like, yeah, come on, Mr. Jason. Of course I had some meat. So how much ketchup did you put on there? Well, they only told us to get 2 packets. So how many packets did you get? 2. Okay. And so how many packets did you put on your burger? And how many packets did you put on your shirt? Because these are the things that I need to know. Because it's obviously no mayo on your shirt, all ketchup. So you had a mayo burger and a ketchup shirt is what you had. Like I said, I wish I never would have heard ketchup and mayo burger. I wish I never would have heard him last week ask me on Saturday after getting a haircut on Friday for another haircut. These are things that I wish I never heard. I also wish that I never asked the lady for a receipt. And I asked this lady for a receipt. So to rewind some, I got into an accident. It was my fault back, a few months ago. I rear-ended a car. Now, before I get to these fees, I've never been to court for a traffic violation. None. Never been to court. Never had to deal with the courts or anything like that. So I had no idea what this situation was going to look like. They had online court. Jury duty, I feel like, is a waste of time, especially if they don't call you. Online court is worse. Online court is worse than having to go to jury duty and not having to even go. What up, sock and boppers? And when I tell you, when I say it's worse, it is the worst experience. And so I'm sitting in there, and of course they have us on Zoom, and we sitting there and we kind of waiting around and listening and waiting and listening. And then they start arraigning everybody that's on this Zoom call, and we get a chance to hear everybody's violation, which was weird to me because my little following too closely didn't feel as bad as most of the other things. Like, it was a bunch of following too closely. If it was 15 people, in this Zoom session that were being arraigned, 6 of them were for following too closely. So I wasn't alone. I didn't feel bad about that. But them folks that were speeding, come on, man. I feel like if I got a speeding ticket and I knew that they were gonna call my speed over the speed limit out loud, I want to have the most. I want to have the most. Like, if they called out a girl who was like 35 miles over the limit, like she was the winner. Because at that point, I'm keeping count now. I'm like, all right, so we got this one dude who was only 15 miles over the limit. That's not too egregious. Like, I've been 15 miles over the limit. What up, K-More? But when you get up to 30, you was breaking the law. Like, you was doing some extra. Like, I felt like she shouldn't even have been in the same Zoom court session with me, because she did hers is way worse. I'm judging at this point, like, excuse me, sir, you need to get her onto the criminal side, because y'all get this year to take your license situation. That should be in that room over there. Long story short, we go through. They jump us into one room. They ask us what we want to plead. I'm like, listen, it was my fault. I'm trying to pay the ticket. I couldn't do it online. What I need to do to hurry up and pay this ticket so that I can be done with it. Finally get in contact with the lady that was going to take my payment. Like, they told me, hey, this is all you got to do. And I said probably about 10 words in this whole Zoom thing. I was on there for 2.5 hours and said 10 words. I was heated. They made me call back in to pay my fine. Here's where it gets bad. Call in to pay the fine. They have you talk to this lady. The lady asks you what your name and what your ticket number was. And she says your estimated fees are $330. Shit, $330. God. Whew. Some $330. All right. So I'm figuring at least 200 of these are court costs, and then the rest of it is just other little stuff, fees or whatever. Wrong. Super wrong. Super wrong. Out of that $330, court costs were only $25. That was on the receipt. When I asked the lady after I paid, I was like, can I get a receipt? And she was like, oh, I didn't know you wanted one. Yeah, I just paid $330. You damn right I want a receipt. Because I need to be able to show that this is paid, just in case somebody try to hit me up by running my tags in DeKalb County, which they will do for no damn reason. So yes, I need my receipt. She wasn't going to send me the receipt. I guess I was one of the first people to ever ask for a receipt. She seemed surprised. When she emailed me the receipt after telling me what my estimated costs were, plus what I was going to have to pay for a convenience fee, since they were not allowing. So it's a convenience fee for me to pay over the phone, but you cannot pay online and you cannot go in to pay. So is it really that damn convenient? They charged me $15 to do that. But my court costs $25. And then there were fees from everywhere. And when I say fees from everywhere, there were fees from everywhere. There were so many fees. There were fees that I did not feel like I should be responsible for. I should have already had these pulled up, but I'm going to pull up these fees. And when I tell you some of them, I'm like, okay, I get it. And then there's other ones where I was just like, not my problem. These are not my problem. And when I'm talking about like paying sheriff pensions and paying other people's retirements and stuff like that. Oh, hold on now. This ain't no good. DeKalb. Let me see if I can't find it quickly there. I'm just go ahead and leave it alone. But anyway, yes, it made me so mad. It made me really mad. And she sent me a email. She sent me my receipt from her personal address, which made me feel like this was not correct. On Facebook, we're gonna get y'all back in. There we go. But yeah, I'm talking about it was so many random fees that added up to this $300, and I was just like, I don't want to pay for that. I want to contest these things. I want to contest that. I ain't like nothing about it. It'd be so much stuff that I just want to contest. What up, cuz? I wanted to contest that when we went to CVS. It came from something like that at decabcounty.com. We went to CVS to get flu shots. They make us do it in order to continue fostering. And this lady on the sign at CVS, it says free flu shots. When you go in to CVS to get free flu shots, they charge you $49 if you don't have acceptable insurance. I'm like, so wait, this ain't so free if you talking about, $50. It ain't that we ain't got it, but free and 50 don't sound the same to me. Let me help y'all out some, just in case y'all was confused about what this looked like. Free and 50 ain't the same. And then you got some lady come from the back, gonna give us our shots and whatnot. She ain't had no name tag on or nothing. I shouldn't even have accepted it. We just gonna let some lady named Brenda just come from the back with 2 shots and just be like, here you go. I told her if I get sick, I'm coming up there and I'm whooping everybody's ass up in there. I don't care. And I wanted to make sure I was going to talk about it. I meant to talk about it last week, but it was too much. It was too much Twilight Zone situation that was going on last week. Shoot. Speaking of Twilight Zone, TV. I want to talk about how TV has changed, and they gave me a shot of nothing. They just gave me some saline solution. I want to talk about like how much TV has changed, and when I started thinking about TV and how much it changed, it made me feel old because when I was coming up, yeah, cartoons are racist as hell, and we didn't realize it. Like we didn't even pay no attention that Tom and Jerry was naked most of the time. Outside of when he went to the beach, then Tom decided to put on some swimming trunks. I don't know why. Like he was naked any other time, fam. Also, they threw blackface in there on us kids every chance they got. Like it was a bunch. It was a bunch of blackface being thrown up in there. But I was watching this movie, The Last Boy Scout. It had Bruce Willis in it and Damon Wayans Halle Berry died early in the movie. So if you watched it to watch Halle Berry, 13 minutes in, you were highly disappointed. It was over for you. But in The Last Boy Scout, Damon Wayans and Bruce Willis, when they first started interacting with each other, they didn't like each other. But Damon Wayans was like, he made a comment about Bruce Willis having a decent build and asked if he played football. And Bruce Willis responded, "What are you, an English cigarette?" And he didn't say English cigarette. He said a 3-letter word that rhymes with bag. And I was like, oh, wow. Wow. You just dropped that off like, and that was in 1991 when that movie came out. So that was during the time where it felt like 1991. 1991, they just started, like, they custom movies, but 1991 was still, I was 11 years old. It was still during the time where like Showtime and Cinemax still had, like, after 11:30, you could sneak in there and you could see a boob or two. You could see a boob or two. 1991, Eddie Murphy could drop off all kind of filth farm filths and all this stuff, and everybody laughed. It was funny. What up, E? It was funny to hear Eddie Murphy just rattle off all these homophobic slurs, just dropping them off, bam, 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 bam. And we didn't even think twice about it. Which is weird because even in the early 90s, Martin, like I said, Martin just was able to say ass at that time on TV. And anytime he would say, biatch, like they would say that's how we was getting away with dropping off that was biatch. Like it was biatch. Like you could say that in the early 90s and it'd be all right. Because it ain't quite. But it's okay. And they went from, I feel like at that time, it went from being like this free-for-all of all of this. Like, we're not going to show you everything, but it ain't much you can't say. Later on in the 90s, FX started letting, some other 4-letter cuss words get dropped off, and on the show called The Shield. And it was just like, oh yeah, FX opens it up. I don't remember a lot of videos from the early 90s. I mean, we watched, and I take that back. In the mid 90s, in the mid 90s, there was this video channel called The Box. And if you lived in Chicago, you could call The Box and you can request songs for a fee. Of course, kids were calling and everything like that, but they played the videos and they played Dre Day and they played, Rex and Effects. And that was the worst of the videos in the early to mid 90s was all I want to do is zoom, 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 and your boom, boom. That was the worst. And then, like, my parents didn't want us to watch videos because they didn't like Jodeci. They might have been trying to keep us from Uncle Luke. But Uncle Luke was on the radio a lot. We grew up on Doo Doo Brown. But I don't remember a whole lot of horrible videos. Like, it was Jodeci, he was talking about freaking you and all this other stuff. Every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. Like, my cousin got in trouble for that. That's still funny. Then when we were in college, late 90s, early 2000s, I think TV was changed forever. I'm not even going to say in the best of ways, but it was changed forever by BET Uncut. And if you watch BET Uncut, shout out to you. You are dope. And there was one song. There were 3 songs that stood out from the rest that was on BET Uncut. If y'all can put them 3 songs in the chat, I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead and put them 3 songs in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm gonna go in opposite order. Disco Inferno of 50 Cent was a response. His didn't quite make it. His was top 3 when it came to open it up. Shoot. Shoot. You know what? Tip Drill, I'm going to say, was number 2. Tip Drill was number 2 only because it was Nelly. And Tip Drill was number 2. And everybody remember the one part of them sliding the credit card right down that butt crack. And was able to pay for that bill. Ching! And the final, what really set it off, and the one thing that everybody associates with BET Uncut is, and this is a song I will sing, I'm trying to kick it tonight. Whoa, so won't you tell me what that thing smell like? And he was doing this. And won't you tell me what that thing smell like? What it look like? What it sound like? What it be like? Come on, man. Dude had no bars, but I'm trying to kick it tonight. Whoa, so won't you tell me what that thing smell like? Instant classic. Instant hood classic. I don't care what you say. That was by Black Jesus. Shout out to Black Jesus. That's hilarious. My man's is out here smelling his finger on TV in the mid-2000s, in the early 2000s. Come on, man. Come on, man. I was talking to my wife earlier today. We was talking about some stuff that was different. Like Batman. Batman is so different now. Like Batman back when I grew up. Easy said he about to go YouTube that thing as soon as I sign off. Listen, Batman, the old Batman is entertaining for a far different reason than this new Batman. See, the new Batman, he be out here getting girls and everything like that. Old Batman was giving church hugs and beating up people with his little ears and his tight ass outfit. Old Batman wasn't pulling them like that. This new Batman, he be getting all the girls. All the new Batmans get all the girls. Them folks be needing, the new Batman need all kind of flying vehicles and motorcycles and everything like that. This new Batman, old Batman just had shark repellent, bee repellent, Joker repellent. Everything that he needed fit on his belt. Keys to the Batmobile and maybe to the Bat Chopper. That's all he had. He was winning. He was winning. Then it got me thinking about stuff that should not be on TV. Like that shouldn't be on TV at all, ever, anymore. Some of these announcers that's not real good at speaking, go ahead and get all of them off. Every last one of them need to come on off. Anytime Michael Irvin is on TV without a fan, he is the sweatiest person I've ever seen in my life. If you ain't got no fan, don't put him on. If you got your TV turned up on a regular volume, let's say if 15 is your regular volume, you got to turn the TV down if you watching First Take and you turn Stephen A on. You got to turn that off. And then anything involving B2K should not be on TV. I'm sorry. I know if y'all might still like them, but whenever they talk about like Omarion and Raz B getting into it, so what? So what? Speaking of stuff that's different, so I was talking about cartoons earlier, and the cartoon's different. The cartoon's way different. Like, I don't understand why these new cartoons got to be drawn with breast. Like, our cartoons didn't have all that. Like, the boys was in there watching Naruto. Never watched Michael Irvin in HD. Their hairline is struggling. I'm gonna talk about some hair in a minute. Naruto. Like all of these new cartoons, and there's so many new cartoons that have breasts, that have these adult themed situations in which, it's weird. It's weird for a 11-year-old or a 12-year-old because they're not going to turn it off. They're going to be sitting there with their hands in their pajama pockets like, oh, oh my God, Mr. Jason, watch this. They going to watch. What up, True? They going to look. And then all the extra. So I'm trying to think, like, because most of the cartoons that we watched outside of He-Man and whatnot, they didn't have, and Thundercats, like Lionel and He-Man were the only like regular people. Like Elmer Fudd didn't die in the worst of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of things didn't happen. Like these folks, like, yeah, Wile E. Coyote continuously got his head blown off and blown to the back. Daffy Duck got his beak blown off on many of occasions. Like, yeah, that happens. Elmer Fudd, shot his gun and made his whole face turn black because the gun backfired on him. Oh, that ain't. I was still. I'm trying to. It's hard to say out loud, but I think I would still take those racist cartoons over the kids seeing high levels of breast. Sorry, I'm not sure because they snuck a whole lot of racism past me, but them breasts are not. You ain't sneaking breast at all. I don't know. I got to think about that some more. But I don't like neither one of them now. But that's me being old. Like that's just me being on some old person stuff. But look, I'm gonna talk about this real quick. I told my wife it's gonna come off a little misogynistic, but it'll be all right. Before I get to would you rather. And so I saw something. I saw something the other day, and it threw my psyche into a spin because I was surprised. I was surprised that, like I said, I was shocked by it, and I was just like, you know what? This was so much that I had to send this to myself. And I saw this dude. He was driving, and he had another dude in the car, but the other dude's foot was out the window. The passenger dude's foot was out the window. And I was like, I thought only ladies did that. Like, y'all not so, dudes ain't supposed to be sticking riding in the passenger seat with their feet out the window. You ain't supposed to be doing that. Like, if I'm driving, and if I have a male passenger and he stick his feet out the window, I'm gonna open the door and push him out. And he had his feet in my dashboard, I'm gonna open the door and push him out. You can't do that. This is all bad. Like why? And so I feel like there are certain things that are certain things in this world that are just reserved for ladies to do. Feet in the dashboard or out the window is one of those things. It just kind of is what it is. I'm sorry. Not trying to be misogynistic. Just kind of is what it is. Also, anytime I see a dude on one of those tricycle motorcycles, I feel like he borrowed it from his girl. Sorry. Like the tricycle motorcycles, and I'm talking about the tricycle, not with the two wheels in the front, but when you have the two wheels in the back. Why are you riding that one? You don't even have to take class for that. You can just go get on the motorcycle that got the one wheel in the front and the two wheels in the back. Also, falling in the toilet. Like, if a dude is ever fallen in the toilet, there's no hope for him at all. Yeah, he said, like, hey, I'm going to be right back, baby. Oh, your bike is behind my bike? I'm going to just go ahead and get on this tricycle joint. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. But falling in the toilet is something that I feel like, hey, we just gonna let ladies have that. Like, my knee's bad. I don't never just go into the bathroom with the light off and don't stick my hand back there to make sure that it's a seat on top of the commode. I make sure I gotta put my hand down before I sit down. If this is a sit down situation, I'm never going in. Beep, 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 blindly, just expecting for the seat to be down. I know it's courteous. But I don't care nothing about that. Like, y'all, listen, I put my hand down. I've never fallen in. I always put my hand down. I got a brace. My knees suck sometimes, especially in the morning. I'm not going out like that. I'm sure there's some more things that's reserved for women only, but I'm going to just leave it at that. I feel like, you know what? There's one more thing. And I know that's why I started this whole situation. Dudes in these wigs, popping these wigs on as if they going and getting, it ain't even it's not even Bosley or no stuff like that. They just going to the barbershop, getting the Sherman Hemsley lined up a little bit. You know, they got their reverse cul-de-sac, and then the barber puts that little middle part in, glue it down. Listen, I've said this once. I'm going to say it one more time just in case. Dudes are not supposed to have glue in their head. It's just not. If you need glue, it's over. It is over. Come on home. I'm coming home. Coming home. Come on home. You start putting glue up there, it is over with. Because you know what's going to happen? Listen, there is not going to be a lady out here in this world that's going to understand if they put their hand in your hair and that joint comes off. They will not be as understanding. Please believe me. Please understand me when I tell you they would not be as understanding if you done spray painted your joint and they touch your hair and then your line moves some, your line gets smeared. That will be a complete failure. Do not believe that they will be as understanding as you would be if they were on a ride and then their hair comes off. Like, you still going to take them back home. You're going to help them find the hair once you get off the ride. You're going to help them find it. They're going to leave you if you out here walking around with some made up hair, some fictitious hair. Come on, man. Like, let's stop doing this, man. Y'all got to just let them have the hair that they bought at the store, fam. Like, if you just growing it back via some treatment, that's one thing. But if you out here going to your surgery and going to your barber and getting the surgery and making that little extra drawn on and all that other nonsense, listen, they are not going to be as understanding as soon as they touch it and it moves or it smears. You are going to get roasted. They are going to treat you like kick you down in the hole, never to be seen again. Believe me, I came home a long time ago, and I'm cool with it. But look, before we get out of here, as promised, would you rather is, you can't be in the middle. Got to be one. Got to be the other one. Can't be both. Can't be BOAF. Both. But we had this conversation. I was talking about Black culture when it comes to playing cards. And I asked the question, would you rather be the person that did not know how to play cards, or would you rather be the person who was known for being a renegger, who's known for reneging consistently. Like, which person would you rather be? What would you rather be known as? Because we were trying to figure out when would be the appropriate time to teach our kids, our foster kids, how to play cards and the rules and the etiquettes to playing cards. Because if you don't know how to play, they'll teach you how to play. But if you know for reneging, they ain't gonna let you play. Because they gotta watch you, because you are a renegger. I'd rather be the person that did not know how to play. And then we move this forward. Would you rather be the person in the family who made bad potato salad, or the person in the family who was known for reneging? Oh. And once again, we did a poll. And the person that won, everybody would rather be the person who did not know how to make potato salad. They would rather make bad potato salad than be the person that was known for reneging. And so we had to make it a little worse. We had to make it just one time for the one time, just a little bit worse. And we was like, would you rather be the stealing cousin or the person who was known for reneging? And I'm sorry for anybody who does not understand what reneging is. The act of reneging is if you're playing spades and somebody plays a heart, you have a heart in your hand, but you decide to play another card other than a heart, whether it was a spade, club, or diamond. You play that other card, you have officially reneged, which is against the rules, which is highly frowned upon in the Black household. I'm sorry for not explaining that earlier, but people would rather be the person that did not know how to play. They would rather be the person who made bad potato salad. And they was also willing to be the cousin who was known for stealing. Instead of the person who was known to be a renegger. That is funny. Facts. The person not knowing how to play, I'm learning how to play spades and did that. I was kindly explained why not to do that. Shout out to the people that was explaining to you kindly. That is a key word in that whole thing. Because I know somebody that I love dearly who reneged not too long ago. And said person, it was caught early. And listen, well, once a renegger, always a renegger. We got to watch you. That is exactly how fights break out. Because when somebody is known for doing it, they will line their books up a certain way, trying to make sure that they can hide it. Because once you say, hey, you reneged. Show me the book and you can't turn it over. Show me the book. Find the book. Tell me what book it was. Otherwise, it ain't going to count. That's what pop it off. That's exactly what pop it off. Show me the book pops it off. Show me the book will start a fight in the black household like nothing else. Show me the book. Well, look, good people, I appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening. I'm about to get on about this thing. So if you're not already doing it, go ahead and follow if you're on Instagram and you're not following the Facebook 710 and Slickville page, go ahead and do that. We greatly appreciate it. If you're on Facebook and you're not following the Instagram 710 and Slickville show page, go ahead and do that. Look, for any of your custom t-shirt needs, it's about to be hoodie season, so we about to get these hoodies cranked back out. Go ahead and hit your boy up at the710printshop.com. Follow me on Instagram at the 710 Print Shop. Also on Facebook at the 710 Print Shop. I got some new heat coming out pretty soon. I just finished up an order, and so I got some time to get some new heat coming out. Also, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in any real estate, go ahead and hit me up at J.H. Brown, the Realtor. I will go ahead and get you taken care of if you're in the Georgia area. If you're not, I refer you to somebody who can. But until next time, good people, once again, always appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and y'all be safe out in these streets. I'm out. We out. Blam, blam. Blam.